Yo abusia nanso so ayeda foforo ene yekwesiada echese wunua ba mebanam ne wabebe nsem last week ni na ebinum ho adwiri o course na eba ye ni bi na tinu se ebinum ti niam bi ase na o mahu se bronsam ankasa wa ye busy prepare ne ho for bronsam gem nti mo problems ni bebrebe bronsam enim ho hwe eye yenya na ye create all this mess no e dia ma ye ho ye hie obema ye hie oba ye hie adamfo ye hie onua ye hie onyonko papa bi a eye ye say ye de ye smart ye be take advantage of the person nipa ne ho omre nti dia obeye ni bia onipa ne ntimi nya wo hwe dia ye bia ye na asase so say ye betimi say ye ntimi ye wi a ye free ana in fact asase so a ye tene ya brabo a ye bo no aha na ye tene bibia wie wa ha ana ye bibi a yendwin owu achi emfanka ho na se ye nyina ye nim se sunsum no na ekomandi nipadua yi ema ne nante kɔ na ɔkɔ bra na ɔba ni we a na se sunsum ni free nipadua nim na nipadua ni wu na nipadua ni ntumi move dia na kyerɛ se onipa enye wu nipadua ne pe na ye wu nipesu na mom de ati wu mu na ekomandi wo body no enti se ye dwen dia ye a ɛsɔ honam nani a aya ye dwen ni ayeye no so se ebeboa sunsum no anaso se ebe se sunsum in actual fact intade a wo wardrobe mu ni mpaboa wo wardrobe mu for wo honam me pato se bi o kafra che se wogu sesi e de ben na wo sunsum ewo enti wo ba bisa wo ho se sesi yi se wo sesi a na wo body wo spirit detach from wo body na enti mi mfa wo ka enti mi mfa watade enti mi mfa wo dan keys aya wo bisa wo ho se ede ben na usunsun ni betimi afa se wo sesi a na wo nkoi na wo begina ho a ede mpo na wo be ya wo betumi apre no aka bibi a kire no se wo focus ni nyina wo ni padua yi so a menuanom na ende na wo da ache no etesen wo free yafunu bi mu e na wo bepie ha e na wo bobra nti ehe na wo kɔ wo dwen ne ho onipa nkade wo nim na wo dwen ho enye ne wo de wani ehu enu nti se ye dwen se nia mehu nyina eboa ye ma ye ade a ye de obi fa kwan bi so a se ye betimi nipa no se ye ntimi no ye beto ye bo because universe no ehu ni amasa e the gravity e the frequency vibrations and e de ye adwuma pa wo chowo e de ben frequency na wo assume e de ben vibration na wo assume body ni bewu but frequency ni vibrations no enwu nti den na wo di wo frequency ni attract e di bibi pa bebre wo ma ana e di bibi boni na bebre wo ma last week ni me ka kire o se mema wahu baabi a wo maame ejina ema wo onipa sa wo asase so a ene dia wo papa nso e represent ma wo e wo asase nti se wo ba be wo bampo a na se wo hwe wa brabo ye nti obi asabi o ka fracha facha me onwo ba na brabo ye different dia wawo ba nso so untumi nya di obi ye keke because udi obi aba asase so say nia me na me pese ye hwem last week we spoke about Adamic curse and ye be kasa about soul debt soul debt no and e kwa amanfo honam pa but me ma re mfisa me ka to say na ye kwa 5 stages inti na ye tenten dodo inti na se me gina ho na ende me to aso so today we are going to talk about what are social coffers me ka to last week no na fe ya ba be hwe the money rituals na nkasa itself ni ya hwe se Ghana ha ye won krofo wa ha omutumi ye rituals de fresika ana e ya alo na fe ye wi aba be hwe spiritual economy madi kan a kire o platform we so da about spiritual currency nti ende de ye be ka spiritual economy na topic ne eye social coffers of ritual money eno na ye ade a ye be ka ye started last week nti betumi aka say blood money part 2 ene no ye discuss no ye wade nyina ho kwan nanso enye ni nyina na fata ye ane bible nso so aka o say a sense of their fathers and a visited generation no nti wo hwa wo maame abrabo ene wo papa abrabo dia wo namu wo hwa omo abrabo bi enya effect wo so ana wo papa ne wo maame sika na omo wo e ba no se na mu nyina fa hia mo kora sika kora ma fie woda abrabo nyina aye basai se nua men ene ye ba be hwe kwan ben ena wo papa fa so nya ni sika e kwan ben na maame fa so enya ni sika ai dia wo betimi bia dia wutumi ye na ye free ana eno ne ye hwe abusua. Welcome back to Time with Maame Grace Ebiom. In the last episode, I talked about the Adamic curse on wealth and introduced you to a principle I call soul debt. Ma wuti ase. Say me breaki sa course na wo Bible mu no e de ma wo. Say wo be hwe wani hu fifire ansa na wadidi ensa enye adwuma no e ma ni ndidi ane ni nyina course no me be breaki ma wo eye last week no. Please note that this is my own spiritual terminology. Uti wo ba bia na uti so bia eton wo ba bia oye kronfo. Chat is as usual, which I coined to resolve a spiritual paradox. Eye me madwuma amaye ane. So next time you start hearing people using soul debt, and its understanding to do anything, know that I created it to help, not to destroy. Eniama mekan wo platform so na ebi eni wo no ma meton edigi bibia because me pese obiara liberating ho. Like I said, ewiase no de obiara pe na oye, untumi stop you obiara from their oye. Ena ensunsanso so enyansafo na eya ade omo dwini nsunsanso ho sebe ka fache me ojimifo na odidi a onwene ho nti ono no ya ade a onwene nsunsanso ho nti me de sa eniama ibre enyansafo se de omo de beye eniama ebeboa omo sa na me de we ba me de ba ebeboa me mfa ma emfa embesei se me ye ne clear na ewo ho me start me kan we chanting hour na me manu dem me kan ascension ena mu ya ma start practice ascension no eno ye mo masem love I always tell you this, love and hate. Last week we received a lot of feedback and it looks like many wealthy people are experiencing the wealth curse from multiple sources. Many ebinumu tena ase ewo office honomo edi nkommo e ma ebinumu hu die nti omoda omonda enye yare bia ena doctor for to me ehwe de edi kan no ena de to so mienu tie doctor mpo hwe wo yare a okotwe moja na waye test na wahu yare no na kire se sunsum no mu na yare ne te yare ni wura sunsum no mu a ena reactions no eba body ne so nti wahu die nti a ensese wudi wo focus nara edigu wo body so aduane a wo pe bia wo betimi adi but de ebeja wo sunsum no so no enne be say body no ana ebe ye body ni yie nti nye yare bia na doctor betimi ahwe omo hwe de asai machine ni kura detect de asai. That is why I betumi aye prostate cancer test every year ombeka to say bi ni ho but the third year or the fourth year ukoye yesi wenya prostate cancer machines no detect only their asai but one kasa usunsum na ete wo body ni mu no ade ne start ya na start ebo won kaye sesebio bibi a wompe bibi a ebesisi unipadua na so a wo commande na ontie biemu no ya to nipadua no enti na ye hu bibi sa nia me na nkrofo bebo pin so wo office ho na me ne omo didi hu enkomo ana mumu bi no so ana mo pa de sresre bebre no muhu ni amo akogi ene dia ede ayeden abamoso. We had a lot of conversation. Like I always say, we do this to liberate and to educate. That is what I do here. That is why my platform is educational platform. Yes. Once you know, you have set yourself free. So we Esesa wuye way because of our bloodline and our generation. And sesa wuye bibi because of nyame. Obeye me papa. Because o pesa woye me papa nye nyame nti obeye me boni because woye nipa boni ni enya bronsam nti. We need to understand these things. Say yenya ye say ye ade ne ye wo bi a ye beblemi na eno ne ye koso a ye pamchomote ase but ye tumi gitum say dia ye dua no ye betwitwa we are able to do good things na ediniama pa ayeden abaye so na ade a ebi ni ye fie ambeduduru ye ma. As I explained last week, money obtained through wrong means carries its own spiritual energy. Me can wait now. Sikebia, udi fa kwan bia so ba the energy beba, and that energy does not disappear. That is one thing you should remember. Always remember what I'm telling you. Always remember this. Say sikana wunya ne source. Any energy a edeba ye no en disappear enko enhohoro. Pesa what you say? Because ye na ye ditum se sunsum de enye dey enwu. It follows the money everywhere it goes and attaches itself to everyone who touches it. Today I will continue the discussion. So woko India for shop mu a na okota ade a na omo di bowl ama ofa osika no tum no so do nsesa no ato bowl mu ama wo na wafa. They normally Jew for any India for the type practices are the way. Omo mfa musika nhye wo nsam da ye de etumi ye de anokora to me jisika na ehye ya no. We don't really care. Omo ye careful with sika omo som no because omo nim say e carry some kind of energy. O ma wo mfa wo mmuro nsamsem. O ma wo ne mbeche so debt. Inti omo de omo ani da ho ba yenye. Today I want to talk about two more things. Last week in me no kan niama mienu. Adamic curse and amema who so debt and so. Inti eneso me no kan niama mienu. The first one is what I call the social coffers. This is about how wicked people try to atone for their blood money by passing it through religious leaders. So omo ye niama na no munye sika na be ya adesoa e de amomo na fe omo pe baabi omo be cheche sa adesoa no e de akompa wo chewo wo pa adesresre wo pa dofodi ade wo be soa obi so debt e de akonfie e ya no omo pese omo cheche no omo de akọ religious leaders no so ma men kan tro painting ton time empaibo nti sika bia ho empaibo enti sika ho enti moji offer ni wie na mo se mo bo mpa ya guso na ate ho a agro na wudi empaibo enti sika bia ho enti omo ho na ye omo de ko no afa omo ye charities NGOs for spiritual and moral fortification omo pe bibi na omo tubigu na omo babia na omo wo ho omo pe aso omo pe se omo burden ni bi spiritual burden na strike omo na edura na do torment omo torture omo no omo pe binum ayibi egu omo so omo pe binum aso abi ade wey is equally coded in the Bible. Zacchaeus tax collector no ojeje amanfo sika na ohun Yesu na omo se opa asomdwe no omo se onko chiche ni sika nyina ma ahiafo no mbedi nachi. It was talking about freeing himself from soul debt. All these are cause eno ntrese fa usika komo so for all the soul debt no or the adeso na so no obre na amia no so ama na yeti ya na okofuru dua nyina ansa na Yesu notice se nipa wo na soul debt na amene no inti osi onko cheche inti aya careful na by force charity emomiensa ne ya cheche niama ne te say provision shop etuemu te say abrewa bi se ana abrewa bi anum by force obekwa akode aduane emo baako we baako na wa besua de so ni nyina agu so ono a se opese oye charity no osresre sika ogigi sika ne wi na ode aye de ope na wakoto ade emienu na wachecha amanipa miensa share so debt no e de agu so mo amope ade free eya amunsusu. The second thing I want to discuss is direct ritual money. Medikan yaka ade baako a kire wo na me boss bisa me say na say ye momo so ana ye bank account don't forget still the source of the money is the source of the money. Source na free ane nti ni nyina ye no a nti ade etoso mienu a me pese me ni ususu ho eno so so direct ritual money eno ye de ehi. That is the real blood money as we know it in our African culture. Sikaduro fa wo babra na me ifa nye sikaduro ma ho nti some people will also take advantage. They will demand for things omoji usika nyina omoji usika nyina wie no mu ntumi nye adeko omo kana no maka to se fa wo babra no mo afre police amana bechu oboa eso ono onipa kro no so mo che no ka ho no so ye kromfo ni bia nti sa blood money ne ye beka no the sacrifices edie na nipa sacrifice ebi sacrifice mmoa ebi sacrifice nipa yeti da bia. But the point I'm trying to make is that dia omo ye wo Ghana ha na enu na ye blood money na bibisa o enu na ye blood money no nti omo ye na omo ye sacrifices from ojan to aponchi to owo to nantwie to buffalo no omo enya sika ana Toyota Corolla no ana aka miensa na enum no eno na kire se wo yesikani ana mpacho wo aya na mpese mi hu nti enne ye ka moja sikeduro na fe ya ka sacrifices ahodo the fallen angels, the Nephilim spirits, the taking over of families and bloodlines enkrofo we na me pese ye ka omo ho asem enne se wonte fallen angels. I say we've done fallen angels on this same platform. So we know what is called Nephilim spirit. And also so ya kan asem oh wa bonjom wo pese wo hate why you say wo pese do you know what they go through say ya nwompa ena di nipa ko achichichi a nka Kofi Kenya atonte asase so nka bi ote Mars na Pluto koda ko bisa ni enkrofo kom asa na mo abedu ba bi o mo bedu sa niyama ni nyina na sese ye hwe sa niyama ni yie abusua me ma wakwa ababiom at the bad time with Maame Grace Jumedie kese yi so. The post-Easter episode about the curse of Judas silver coins, an episode we did last week that has expanded into African money rituals and curses. Sa asem no, me ko post on social media no so no, na amanfo otwe ne sre ne abasa hwe. Say ye to ye bo pa na niyama e wo Bible mu ye say be breaking it down we decode a wo hu. Last week me can be chiro about the Disneyland na e wo Florida. Now kwa omode abi before na tuetu ya no no unim nwuma omo to akuna matata e na omo act wo ho and I'm like oh erade obibini ade aye no die wapa anointing ho wapa fasting ho wapa prayer ho wo page no afeduro bibia ode bema ne bia obibini apa ho. Why are you singing akuna matata? You are mocking your own self. Oh my God. Eno omo ye wo ho ne ye gya ye bibia wa ne ye kokonom ne ye koye obibini problem no so sikaduro bi eni wiase echen nyansa ai obi oni apopo bibire wa ye fake apopo bibire e de ye millions of dollars obibini wa apopo bibire wa ha owo mmoba wa ha ensu wa ha bibia wa ha ohuni oye no ho. Man you, we are not delving too deep because this is time with Maame Grace. Time with Maame Grace there. Yen kaniyama obi bese nyenyan wa ha. We do dark art and practices on the other side. If you know, you know. Nyame na meka we achiro. So let's delve in these things. You need to understand. Se wo ko baabi a wo ko pesikaduro nkrofo na omo ko bebre na ye defraud omo no. Omo be complaining na obi sa omo se na wo ko ye den ya. Ontumi nka se no ko ye sikaduro na me ko wo ye den no ordinam ha ukoto mu etia 20,000 pounds yesi abo etia ne keta a obetena so no ye 2,000 pounds na be dane asema o emu etia ukoto mu etia edi ye chele edi akọ you do all because of sikaduro na nkenye sikaduro a eden sika na ma ebinum akọ baabi sika eden ti no sofo e bury a 5-month-old child. Eden ti ni ye de ayeye eden ti ni yetimi gina camera ni me whole social media wiase a wontumi mpepa de a wo de ato ho bia mfiri ho da obegina ni mu na wetwa ntro kese e de egu hu ani mase woni ba bia wo ba begina ochena wo begina ho akontokwa e de di obi atem ede na be ma na basa ni nyina yesika ya na sika ye nya di nyina no ni nyina na wie ye no e ya ye calculate ka ho ana eno na nde me pese me ne wo e discuss. Yo abusia nansusu ye kwesi ada eyeda foforo ende ye wonkomo papa bi etwetwe ye nkomo aye twetwe ne last week no eno na nei ye toasoe ai edin amegiso de unim dada the prettiest preacher Kasongo Sentosika edina ye bebrebe last week de na new names bebre na abare me ye tell me hwemu na me pick bi na me hwe de aye de beka ho. Today we are discussing social coffers of ritual money eno enene ye discuss last week na me ma wuhu ye soul debt na me ma wuhu adamic so na me ma wuhu asofo no almost stand unless say nyame fufuru bi no omo som dia that's okay but that called Christianity no omo afato omo ho so ne de minje ni say ebenya 10% of our pastors here omo di nyankopon wachi me write omo nyina off because minim say bi no so obre ane. What are social coffers? When you hear the words social coffers, the first thing that may come to your mind is offerings, tithes, or money collected from the people. This is what you would think, but that is not what I mean. My definition of a social coffer is a place where demonically acquired wealth is atoned. eno ne abetumi afre ne say social COFFERS baby obi a chinchim obi nsa ada obi ama ne anidaso ama ne arehemu a eni ho no de age de sika baby asa ne ama we koso bia no betumi afre ho say social COFFERS, a place where blood money is cleansed spiritually. Now, I am not necessarily talking about money laundering the way the banks and the government do. That is not what I'm saying. But no krampo no ya sofo yi bebre omoka ho because obeba betina TikTok no asresire sika meken ose obo mpa ye masika ba nso obeba betina hono na wasresire sika na oje tight no raise funds enye no eno de oye e de akava ne money laundering no oye so because say ye chiwa ye bebisa wo source sika ne free obeka say ya sorry for offering and ya sorry for tithe inti bebrebe 70% of these men of God they are money launderers. Remember be some evidence a spiritual word and it is alleged enti remember be some because omo nim no kware no ba di twi omo anima no mo be yusu nkrofo no omo ni omo bossa akron no against you and spiritually and you it is alleged minyansa minim. That is what they do. Me catch you last week in so we are now for mo de tonton niama just to clean the money. But if you look at the meaning closely, so here it is the same thing, only in a spiritual context. And crofo no mo say spiritual money, there money, and one call here ba ha no, almost the same way. No almost the jijisika, omo pe kwan bi so say omo be cleaning no. All monies are cleansed somehow. That is why all the rich people have to show the source. Into maybe sa wo ji schedule kro maybe sa adwuma be na wo ye. Esese wo ye adwuma bi, you must get a source. That should tell you at the corner source no attract and at the corner source no e de ba. Enu nti na yesi nsa anya adwuma me ndidi. You must work. You should have a source. What is your source of income? Pacho. When a corrupt person begins to experience soul debt, as I described in the last episode, they feel its weight. Said soul debt to ko biswa ofili. Nini pedriam ne kremu ne hunhumu na ofili susu woni fie na ohun susu woni mem. Men ye ignorant, men ma we go enkosro. Bra wo ho asene tie ni emfa kwan bisu ni embo aboaye ho. Ebeboa ye nyina. Abusia omo fili omo koniamem e ka kire eno de omo be kan kire wo social media ne so da. Most of them are depressed, omo sere by force. The omo komu no omo no munim. The guilt comes. I'm telling you, ade ye na enya ni sika no hu oda kwa. The guilt comes. E wunya sa guilt ne dia wawu ewie wapadu das ho because we ye den the guilt will come. The guilt got to Judas. And he went back and said, I won't do again. You should take your money, but not the inside area. It is a summer you're doing. The sleepless nights come at the toe. The unexplained bitterness and anger comes. A be regretted. And because the soul debt keeps growing, they feel an urge to give. Ofili se onfe sika ni bi nchiche no onye free keke. Ofili se onfe sika ni bi nya ade na onchiche on me bi nso ahiafo so obenya ehumobro bia. But would that change the source of the money? Bisamo. They want to give. No money nam hospitals. No more waha. No more say they feel it. They feel like they must help people in need. And you have fun ye prepara bibia kogu omoso. Onyankopon yi ohia mfiri wo so onyame ben ami grace nyame otinimu. Onyi ohia mfiri wo so. Because bibia mo pra e no mudi kogu. They feel like giving to the needy. Omko wia, omko robi ni ade a, omko assassinating nkrofo, omko wia ni ama, no mu fi so mfe bibu ahiafo, ebe pepa bibia hwinsi. Omo de ade so ani bi na ebe so awo. Omo pese omo help people in need. Give to people experiencing poverty and support religious causes. Asore de ewo chale. Openi pani bi ni we yi na de so ani bi de egu omo so. This is where the social coffers comes in. The people who receive this money becomes the cleaning agents or the whole paper. We've done this episode before. Say papa for no occult papa for ne ade no omokoye omo rituals na omo akofa young ladies na to hotel bi na omo ne omo akodeda omo de omo kotutu na omo de omo cleanse. We've done this. David did the same thing. Emra obewu no ohu say ni so debt na ye heavy because David no your kron for techu amoa owia ya wie obi hira ya ase nyina. He was a thief. Enti o person o clean so debt no kofa virgin no di chichichi no. All these are codes in the Bible. Ti nkrofo mo begigi ni nyina no omo de omo ye cleaning eyi. Enti wo de we be NGO na omo ko donate na omo ko ye say men dream say Mrs. obi donate enye. I'm talking in a context. They include beggars by the roadside, humanitarian agencies, NGOs, churches, and pastors. They are very easy. Now, prison. They are just using you to clean some of their loads. This is not to say that people with good hearts who do charity are blood money people. No. And yes, I make me myself, I also give. But me blood money, my year juma, my mikoto joining me more remuna ebubu. My year juma free me more frasi bisi. My year juma for over 35 years. And I'm still working. Inti me can't say obi will be na or boa will be a. But as my make it ye. So when you nyansa obi a wenye sika. Or ye juma nye sika no ye sika no kra wo de wo yi no. Na me ka kire wo o ya ade so a ubehu hu ni kikiki ubehu ana waba pum enya afi na obebubu akuti atototo ndom da bi o ma wahu so no ode o ye adwuma na the joy o ma wan si di kura na waye ye o ye adu uni ni nante kakra bi odi ni sign one time na elevation bi aba wabrabo so nti me mpa nkire so obi bu anipa so a enye papa ani muntie ni ye. Myself, I do a lot, but I don't show them. The energy, edi intention na chiba no, eno na ye the unseen no, no mo, the source no, ene ye problem no, na na activate soul depth no. We are speaking in a single context about the things people do to atone for the curses of soul depth. Eno na me kire. A corrupt politician will take $2 million from the public and send 2 brand new cars to a pastor as a gift. Osofo no de onim so no bomb pie bebrebe ku omo ku social media nyina yes ade entia. And I mean me osofo na me share nkom ni nyina yes ade we entia. But omo ankasa omo nim say ye de omo pepe fi. Anu ti no omo ko no. Anka osofo so de. Anka we ye say na we kwa ha na ye wo ye dede ya mfre wo. Aba wo so. Enu ni bebrebe we ntia nti omo fa na omo di bia koma omo so ade nti no obi ebenya ni sika na watoka amienu abre osofo or the clinic. Some pastors across Africa are on the direct payroll of these powerful men and big cash movers whose source of money no one knows. Or you're very rich or you're juma be odo ne tena na obisa na trokan eskafo bi no mo ne na me ya me sure me o ya na me hwe wo ye interview na me hwe asem a wo kan me hwe wo head na me read wo energy na ma hwe wo hwene ne waso na me say yeah enye easy o ekrom ade just show the money they will praise you because they don't deduce from all these things. You fall short when it comes to spiritual things. Nti na bibi obi de be ye bia etumi ye yen so easily. Someone who say na corrupt politicians no omu use pastors no edi cleaning omuniama. Some pastors across Africa na meka ye no omu ye big money movers because of the besha asore no ye china or ye tight so obi anya akunta mo obi a. They regularly receive large sums of money and expensive properties from these people. And so they are supposed to hate sinful people. And so almost say politicians in the ADC can so be organ be our political party or bomb pie man say na me man wini I am to me ntiase. Asofo no beka say me kan mo ase me boa omo. Because near money be wa magigi enum ho. mo agege de asemako gba pini mu maso ewo mu fie ho ma mo bre. Now, what these pastors do not understand is that they are acting as partners in crime. And no am robbers, cocaine dealers, name them. Ye keke ka ho nyina, omo nyina kwa asori. Onkwa asori o mosque ho. Mi obi ane menam. Ai, the omo nim ne se omo ka ho bi. E na eye bonu do wanko. Se dia me chire mu last week no. Na omo ankasa omo lacking knowledge nti. No mu ni ahobrase so ye di ti asem nti because people clap for them no matter what they say. Eyo omo so omo adu. Wait for it. The weight of the soul debt that sits on that corrupt money is being shared with the gift. Every Sunday. Gift the rich man is trying to take off the spiritual burden and clean his soul from the emotional torture. He is distributing the curse. Amanfo dimirike gidigidi omo koje. Ai abrochire ukwa baby omo tete ade abi before na eje pa. Ye pe bibia free. We don't mind say ba be sit down wo Ghana na ye ntim. Na ye to aduane edi kura na ye ya na ye ku ye ho. I've been there before, so I understand. Lord, do na one family ni so no, eno na all cheche. And these religious leaders think they are receiving free money from God. Hey. Elale. Free money from God. So nkonyame no mesika ne dwita nkobeje offering there then oni kapre kobo onibi. A lot is happening to them and their families. Omo ankasa omo ye lost cause of any bre any sikape. But omo be blaming on others. Say me koye say inti na say omo de be church members no kra say mu na me bo mpa ye ma munti na we abeto me onji ntum say e kwan no fa so gi sika no won krofo no nsam no yare no kra na abeto wa won fie ho onji ntum da. But God cannot save you from the curse of a soul debt. I'm telling you, no prayer, no weapon. Because he himself paid for that with his own life. Onusu betu e kanibi. Say almost yesu be wutia boneso ka mundin ko deep. It is talking about soul debt. Won to me. 19 no mo ya no mako kanye free David asefo so no ye 40th generation. Now so Yakatro said the sins of their fathers never visited the 40th generation. You don't understand the Bible you are holding. You need to break down the codes so you are able to get a clearer understanding of adekwa ukitano. I say this with all seriousness. You and your family will suffer the same way the people suffered whose money was stolen. Esu anipa ni su ye. Awerehو anipa ni di ye. Die nipa ni komu. Abayiwe bi ono wi amimisika bebreu. Na omo jaji ni wi ye na mehwe na me se me mpesa me nsa ho be yefi. Na mi ja no 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 san de me nam no okọ na mehwe na me se onye yie da. We mpo de enya me na me ikun. But the soul debt I wo mabusu mu ni ma me maame de okofa me nanam de omkofa me ni na aso asa abofra no kosuso obewu. Ahoto de ahoto onye bi da. Papa akoyi ni ndwuma oto yo se ofo no ka nsamfu se me nim sa ndwum no. Hu na nipa fu bi. Owi a mimi sika wi no san de menam. Ofo say you free. Mimi jai because me pese menya so debt bia for my children. But who nye free? E wo honom. Me na me kam kire wo benya bi. E kwan ofa so fai. That is the law. E ye law. Enti se wo yo bi papa bone. So kan o hwe. So kan ho. Se wan kan o hwe. Ai. Oni ni kunu asi omo dan ni nyina wo na opede ye. No wakotu no. Wait for it. E ye law. It will catch up with you. Said ye na obetumi aye menhwe obi ho. It does not bend for anyone. No Jesus, no Muhammad, nobody, no fasting, no prayer. You will carry it. Your children will carry it. Your children's children will carry it. If you understand this, ade a wo ye no betwe ni ye. Na men kasa ye wo na wo ye na mbeba ni de onimu hwe. Edan na usi so di ja oba no. Nti ade na kire se bone na edi akire no so mve nja ne nka ho. Dwen ho deep. Think of it this way. What they do say, "Mami breaking it down." If a builder is paid to construct a safe bridge, but takes the money and builds a weak one that collapses and injures people, the blame lies with the builder. When we saw that the way it, obi enchiwo obi embo in fact we see ye na embu ye but when we adwin na etaye chire no sika na wo de ko wahu dia wo de adi echie pa wo cho wahu whether people saw you whether they catch you whether they go court whether we di bim whether we di for emra na cho idiwachi. But if the builder then takes a portion of that money and gives it to his friend who uses it to take care of his own family, the friend has now entered the chain. Also the name any nyina de akoka ho. Se wo maame nim we ya obekwa akototo kokko sebe obekwa akoba ahya wo mpo no this kana beto aduane ama wadi chain so obekwa akoji sika bi. You just need to work to get the money. There's no shortcut, short way and the spiritual consequences does not ask whether you knew where the money came from. And no, it follows the money. It's just like that. It's all about the energy, the source. This is why big, powerful, and wealthy politicians always keep pastors and other spiritual people close to them. They keep them as friends so they can give them their money and then cleanse it. They use them as cleaning agents so they can share their money with them. Or the bema okrana or moaka say bechire wo so say your offering obe na ache no tight yemu akonta because they feel the soul debt like an emotion omo feel it and they need somebody to help them carry the weight. Also for feel so no to me bon pai o abeja this one bi ama. You like free things so I continue. Most pastors know where their money comes from. Omuni say your papa say your money they know. They speak for politicians in exchange for the large sums and properties. They use these things with their families. And no na mo bono oba o dwen ho akofa asem e de abre prophecy bebrebe yi nyina hololo prophecies yi nyina wotie nyina because of this. Okaso oye papa ama no ho okwa akofwa obi so debt wa yire no ho. And so the curse burns across their families with death and unexplained disease. They lie that prayer is then for someone. No God can save you from soul debts. Onyami biye ni ho. Akacho plain or sense of messy ne adam money da so so ayen. Many of the problems in powerful Christian leadership homes across Africa result from money received through these social coffers. Omamani hunu no matete ene omabebrese a omunamu ina eyesesike. Se wo de wenye bi na wudi na wunim pefe se source ne nya. We are here to help. Somehow, especially omo nim na omo akoje no. Ane pastors are suffering illnesses and deaths in their families because they are the agents of bad money. They won't think deep, they will get angry. Because offering bowl you don't ask them you don't do you have power bia offering bowl na mas packing it is a popcorn machine. Na sika na enye ni na to na yi every bowl ni. Mudi bibia. Mo wa this one mudi akogu mu maso. Wei e na me twen wadwen agina so. Wo hwe time with Maame Grace with the prettiest preacher. Onwanwani. E na wo hwe me de me dɔw. Nti me twen wadwen agina so. Nea wo hu se wo ma na ikomu sese ye bibi. Na wo nananom ambeto aso. Na wo entire bloodline no ambe ya adijingen ai eno na me ka cho se mesre wa tie dia me kan asopam na yehu bibi. They serve as partners in the theft of public funds and in the taking of blood money. We ena aba moso munnim ho hwe pamocho metwem adwen agina so. I cannot stress this enough. It is everywhere. Se wu kase wu nim dia minim ba bia obi a wuti Pluto ba dia miken wu nim papa obi a wu nim so ye kromfo se den okwa asori koso okwa asori a no ye ni papa obema nkofo aduane ama omu adi so da BBC a nkofo beka bia ama me na me kan obi enchiw. You can have your way But now let's look at the money rituals. Now let me talk about the last and most dangerous form of blood money. We call blood money no because this is the direct ritual money. This is what most people in our African culture call blood money, where wealthy people do not do any known work. Yet they have unending wealth and riches through spiritual rituals. And not me twitwi nkyɛnse mu wɔ Congo ɛna me kwɔtete ebini wɔ latere boy ɔtrofo sɛsie de Ghana ha de minim obi ɔte ha ɔyɛ saa de bi no kwasɛm na maka kyerɛ. This is one of the things people will move anywhere. Ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ adwuma na ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo nyɛ sika tie ne ɔmo nam ha ɔkye no ɔmo nam ha ekuro mu amindi ni sɛ bi wɔ ha. Blood money rituals involve invoking angels, spirits, saints, or other entities to bring a continuous flow of money to the person. But mamimbi sawo. Ebi wo krom ha sisi ana Ghana, Africa. Ebi wa Africa. But yenye de no ye amoamoa. Ena me ka kire last week no, obroni beye ni bumfu. Ena kukukuku o ma form na sa o mo so o ma komu na ba. We o ma kwa ba o ma start o mu project. Wo be hu sika o be make out of it. If you be na moon na bibisa am last week was spiritual hour say. It is a say no makọ moon na ba omo se omo ko moon no ho round o. Enti omo ko heavens na omo ko na bibisa enti omo anhia Jesus omo ahu angel bia. Omo se omo sun moon no so a nkrofo ya ko moon no round abo. Wan fa hwe amanti mu ina konso yele tu pata mu gina bia wo he. Mo ani da so e wo he bibisa am last week e was spiritual hour jumedi ani. These gods and fallen angels take sacrifices and rituals in exchange for the money they provide. We've dealt with this. Now, let me be clear here. Blood money rituals must not be confused with the daily activities that you do to make your business grow. Blood money. A ritual can be as simple as sprinkling oil at your place of business or planting specific herbs in designated locations. Fine. And blood money. Don't get confused. There's a lot of madness going on about blood money. These are basic spiritual practices or mechanics. But what I am talking about now goes far beyond that. And yes, fa we kogu we na fa tami ewu kosha woto ni sa ni amano ni no na meka. But what I am talking about goes a chensa. I am talking about full animal sacrifices and exchanges with fallen entities to create wealth. How is it done? Like I said, I don't think anybody is doing that in Ghana. The rules of ritual sacrifices for money are straightforward. The first rule is life for a life. Sometimes when you talk to people about power and money and sacrifices, no mu feel say asori dem die ebi ni ho. Arehu ye enjwan twitwa nyina New Testament nye ho na na ewo. Amoche wo. Ansa na omo de beba nipakum ni nyina nye Bible mu ne fi bae. Enjwan kum ni nantwie kum ni mmu atwitwa nyina ne ade nyina enye Old Testament mu ne fi bae. Most repent ifre no na mo ba amanim na mbeku nipa. All these blood rituals ehipa na ne fapem no efri. Ayamomi ento yebo. Pamochopa a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye, any Bible. If you are destined to struggle and you want money, you must exchange your old life for a new life. We can go and for Homer Christ, baptism, all these things are codes, they are there. So what they do is replace these lives with animal sacrifices. This is what they are doing. Into men yet so terrified, say you be serious, yeah. You subscribe to monthly or quarterly sacrifices. As the days go by, the rules become increasingly difficult to follow. Ombekase fa potrobra, fa besimbra, fa nomabra, fa kokobra, fa jaimbra, na woko, na wo ko till you donate your entire bloodline. But here is what most people do not understand. The end of all these exchanges with fallen entities is to take your life and free will. On the who be. And on a feuda, no to me na. At a tea, who srisha ni penuma when him said yesterday, but Niama will come soon yase. Fallen angels and money ritual spirits are not interested in your animal sacrifices. Per se, abwana ukume or the yeding or in actual fact, uku abwanu who's angel be an abu, sama na busum be a febia reda. A proye. He doesn't care. Or ma wa poor blood no. Now when you're so debt, it to me foul. Now foul entire generation, ebe foul entire bloodline no completely. Understand this and save yourself. What they are interested in is your free will. Wope. Eno mope men di way, men daha, men she way, men ye saying, and kwaka, and what you free will which is hidden in your life and the lives of your family members. So they start with a small demand to say, omuma would ya betini. Ne weni aje ho, no omo jejewo, no omo de wako du bunumu. Na wuduru ko wia, na fe hu nya anya ohu biu. Se de ye wo de. Weni aje, ade a wo ye biara, dwene wawie ye minua. They start with a chicken, then it grows cows, and it grows, and it grows until eventually they are asking for your first child, your parents, the people closest to you. This is how they start. Omo ye nkete na ye so obetumi na wo ba na wo ba onipa emobo se woni nipa emobone no matter how much you have condition bia obetumi akoma sika nya hwe ma na obehu se ye bra nyina sebe emfaso ana nyansa bia mpo enche de ni hu ka me be boss of bidi mejai. But you can go and ask us of Penny Aaron ono no otwe ndwan no utwa ye na ne mbako twa bi no omumienu nyina ewu ye no de ne kon be wo fom wa bregu. Sin is sweet, but wait for it. When a secret society invokes a fallen angel or a powerful money ritual spirit, that spirit interest is not just the sacrifice on care. Its interest is to take your spirit from your body and come inside to live and experience life through body takeovers. Me catch no pains and crofobebe na mo enyo omo. Me hu nipa kra na enye 100 people in a week. Obi wo ho no ma otena ho no no na ono ani so no ejina nachi. Na onipa ade okasa do tumu se enye ono. Te esa na me hwe omanim din. Ono ankasa nipa na ode ne ho kra apo. Ohu ne ho. Ohu de eye no. Onim say the body is being taken. We can talk about body takeovers one day. They want to possess your body and the bodies of your family. She Ghana hawo say yesi obiya wawo 3 4 5 onfa ne ba no nko ye di ania kasem kese ebesi me ka tro pin say ma ne nkobo adwaman yo emba ne nkobo adwaman. These people, these beings omo ne nkrofo sleep sex get ebinum pregnant ama omo. When you walk around you see these children nti ye won kola ne bi wo ho no mo ye sunsum ni nipa ma. We can also talk about that one day. Bibia wo bedi bibia wo beji bibia wo beda nipa ni bi wo kwa wo mo to wopa to me pain say we die. This is what they want to do. They also want to experience physicality. Into we just asika na abetena wo mu na wo ne nkrofo oda na omo wo mba eyade ne na ti mu ne ene nkrofo oda na ewo ne mma nso ye wo sa wo na wawo. Wait for it. And that one me show mu baby kakra bi a wo hu da. Part of me are enye known to the public. Okay? There are realms yetimi de ba life. Na ye create airport no. Na esisi ho. Mama won show mu part ketewa bi so it wouldn't look like I'm just talking. Ube hu the way asase na eda pro na se ne etie said their rules e wo hote ene said their obenante afaso. Now these things no attract energies. Now there was a lady very powerful lady. No, you're very powerful Africa ha. ena that thing na maye na esi ho no trapping no na obeto so ena o kasa ne gift na ode ba wiase ne voice ni became a curse. In fact mama mbo ni din but me mamu details of the issue. There was a lady and now all South Africa called Brenda Fassie. He's old at 39. Na se ono ankasa can history chrewa. Anyhow stranded and frustrated why or change Judas. Why you so bad? Why you so frustrated? Mono ankasa. Ohuni onye no. I have a place and control to me na me I don't do those things. Anka we ube to me ache not to na wugina wo de microphone si wa obewura wumu na wo to ndom te so no pepepe ube to me asumi ne mani owo nyinara. But Judas money mempe. This is why there are specific rituals associated with blood money. So ankronkro bi ate ase they will have you to do blood rituals, sex rituals, food rituals, and energy rituals at river bodies and forests. They do these things because these are the gateways for spirits to enter this dimension. These are gateways omutumi use at the enter these dimensions. So we about now once they take over your DNA, they can be born as your children. What did I say? If you already have children, they will find a way to remove them and allow you to give birth to new ones from their dimensions. Or be born or betina umudin wa born abasasi so. These are Nephilim spirits. You want to be a big musician? Oh yes. Do you know what they go through? Lady need na make catch no na ono aka try me personally. Mate, Brenda Fassie. Or say my voice became a curse. Obi a yede ne ba I say nko me gina ho ma Africa nyina as a voice. They will destroy your wife, your children, and any soul that crosses their path. Omo be wura wo fie a omo nim say it is enough. Upesikapa. Obi owo sikapa ye hwan, obi anasomdwo no. Enye obi owo niama bebre no da onda. Se wo sore na wo ba bia hwenye no nyame adom. Ne nwa ato no na munya aduane amubedi munya baabi da na mo asomdwo mo a eye sika aburu sika nyina so ti dia me ka kire wi se sankrofo Nephilim spirit wudi nya me pese me ye popular me pese me ye famous me pese me ye great me pese na COFFERS spirit na start say we sacrifice o mo. I'm telling you se uye lucky na a child cry free the ocean world civilization but so be save you a obuada to me mboa obefa the entire bloodline no e de aye ne dia. They also want to show themselves to the world. Say ye yen na yaye o. No mu show themselves to the world. Say omo no ma ye wa ode ani guase na bebro. And the saddest aspect of this whole thing is say one wo betina no mu say wo body na ye de ompa no wa say we free mu agya wo ho akowura nipa fufuro nti na chese obetumi kura agya wo ho masika na wunya ni nyina so asan hye bibia besey enu nti na bebre na omo wo sika omo wu ya omo companies efie ni nyina da ni mpete dan. This is the reason. This is also why these money courts always ask for parents and existing children as sacrifice. Let me explain why. Maminko deep wahasi. Your mother is your only true redeemer from all forms of spiritual hijack. Same way Amakanesu. We can treat it one day. Me say Maame no ye the only true redeemer from all forms of spiritual hijacks. So mo betimi am obi maame atan no ba tan bitimi tan ne ba yire. Obi tumi wo no wakoto abofra na twene. If you are a mother, you need to know these things. She is the one with the true evidence of your birth and your liberation. Wo maame ni jina bia wo wabrabo mu wasase so awutinie. Once you sacrifice your mother, you have destroyed your evidence of freedom. And until na most days sikeduro for no omo pe wo maame ana wo papa na wo papa so ehi no jina. So munya fa wo maame pa na omo close we chiri kwan. Your father is your true DNA trace. Oh my God. Once that DNA is wiped out, You will be given a new father. Free Christo, free abusuya kontonchine fa ho bebo Christo abusuya indeed. Enti no aya mostly they want maame ana wo papa. In short, you were born again, but not in the way the church tells you. It goes deeper than that. Tell your pastors I say so. You were born again to new fathers who are these Nephilim spirits and fallen entities. One day, I will go deep into this for us. And then I will pre-say. And then I will pay. Maame phone be to me cause any amanimuna ade we ni omo abewuna mo tan omo jirejire. Omo mpo mo ba nani mehu. E den sika na woji. Wo behwe e wo ko afuo na wodo. Wo pentwema. Wo ko koji. E den se wo beye we ya ne big time. Sisan wabusu nyina ni wabusu ohia ni ba akokoro enim. Church bi wo Ghana ha e wotema ha. Sa soro no obi ni wo nante fom ba sa church no. Omo pon asoro obi apake ne car. Nti ho no omo car park kura so twen asore no. Nti sanka obeye we mpo aye sa big move no. Na ka sesan wabusuafo nyina na ka wabusuafo ahiafo ni. Ehe na Maame da, ehe na papa da. Papa fo ni bi so tan omo ma. Tan omo basa. Yes ade we. Obetumi hwe ne ba nani wakasa abofra we pa de otumu se nya me ba. Ai it can be true. But ehe na okofa awusika no. Baby a wokofa sika na de na wura wumu na ne oyire abeda na wawosa abofra na ma. Nti stop telling your wife say yare we de bi ni me fie o. And wa no stop blaming the women. And you women too, you people mo so mo kan we bi ye bi. They say man no kura pesa ni ama na chen mema. Once you become their bloodline, omo no be wo wa, they can do whatever they want with you and your children. They they can eliminate all of them. And the painful truth is that because of poverty, people willingly and knowingly subscribe to these forms of blood money. Or pesticano at all costs, to hell with whatever that will happen. Mi pesca, mi nyesika and then mi watch na kura mi pe. Ebi kasa. Na wu asana. Sika na nkasa ye nyame. E wokwanya ope. They know what is coming. Na me catch them. Ye menye bia mepe. Menye sika de besi bia nsi. They expect the pain because omo nim sade omo ye na be cost omo, but they want to do it. Inti omo nim de be ba omo so, ebi nim omo awieye, ebi mpo nim dia omo mabekom. They expect to lose children, wives and husbands. Obi obeteki sa na mo we bi nim de besi ni so. Onim na wieye. Onimeyawa obeden obekum. They expect calamities, but they do it anyways. They besi biensi mi pesika, besi mi show cars, besi mi ye, they besi biensi mi fa honi di obi beka. Because to them, poverty is worse than a prison sentence. Continue to hell with it. Me kum ni pa de besi biensi. Mi nyesika kura no mi wuna mepe. Ya sem papa. Wana okay. Now, let's look at spiritual economy. I want to say something about money itself. Sikana nkasa. The Bible says, those who invented the principle of modern money are followers of the Elohim gods. And others like Baal, they created money in blood and within the order of their gods. I'm telling you, or I'm giving you the theory of spiritual economy. The power that money has is derived from these spiritual entities. Money is the soul. Money is blood. Sikaye moja. Sikaye moja. Sikaye moja. Papa no wahe. Omo friend se Pa Thomas. Owahe se se de mjiji so wa ya kokora ana oda susi so. Omo time no o hye ne che sa na no mo boss anwu we na guess that time no ye tun de die say na ejidejina so hey na pa ho club come to two AB Crency o hye sa rubber sandals na obo ne belt ni wo na fu na se oh my god no twa sa ne punk na oh my god imagine they know you slim no ye or ye did barriers that time no ye concert ka ho hey yes whoa hey niama betwem time na AB Crency mu ye concert ni amachi dede mu ye concert na wo fie sei osi bisa aba no mu no na wo fie sei Oh my God. I thank you for my life. Money must be earned. Me pesa wo te ase e sika ye nkwa, sika ye moja. Sika ye adwuma na ye de yenya. By sweat. It is coded in your Bible. Also be hwe wani hu fifire. Asan we did. Otherwise, you must understand how to wash it spiritually. Ti ase e ma me. Me si ewiase bibia wo betumi aye. But se wonni hu nimde na wo de besisi ano a enye kora because we ye be miserable. The curse of money overweighs its benefit when it is obtained the wrong way. Don't forget, the source always matters. This is not taught in schools or churches. They won't teach you this, but it is real. You can't role plain. I'm what I say. Spirituality is not too different from the physical world in its systems, laws and principles of nature. What you do in the physical world has spiritual consequences. Meaning, I'm be and can't say, "Ubetumi aye dia upe bia physically." Now the spirituality abe robi, and now betumi aye bibia no insusu debi. Men chese niyama we mu mienu da. Whatever you want to achieve, please, there is principles and mechanics for it. Enkwentia eye musuo misrawo. And what you do in the spiritual manifests in the physical. The Bible has said this. Also, what the spirit conceives gives birth to the physical. There is no separation. Watch what you are doing with your body and watch what you claim you are doing spiritually. Understand this and know peace. So, Ebusia, can we win against all of these things? How can you win this? Can we protect ourselves and our families from the curse of blood money? Can you? I want you to know. Obi weche usika kora want to me fan to wompo 7 days. They be me catch them for. Me see obi che usika, me sika ne nda for 7 days. Asa na obi use away use. No so dey reduce so ade ne kakra. E do ba bia no so ye beka. From soul debt, from the social coffers, from the rituals and the Nephilim spirits. Can we? What can we do about all this? A man for the fake life. Etiti a man for. Tulale. That's not a lie. Etiti a man for. But you do not expect me to pour everything out. Do you? Do you? Myself, sometimes I'm sad for us as Africans. Because your separatist spirituality, your first spirituality, na your part of your life. And you are separated from your home. And now obi also be as no what any baby no dey call. Making have knowledge ye dangerous. Na ignorance so dey ye treacherous. What I will tell you is this. Protect your mothers. Protect your bloodline. It's very important. What is idea we sika wewu? Do not envy what you do not understand. There are a lot of fake life on the social media. Ade a won't yas ye me envy da. Ade obi ya wuni source me envy minia. And if someone's wealth has no clear source, keep your distance unia. Ye adwuma 35 years ye nya sika chaka. Egu for Musada. Men ka say lazy, men ka say any great connections. One ka say unim say sika ni bi. Eye moja ampa. Don't allow social media more pressure. Enami ye adwuma we, baby asie. I have seen many spiritual things happen to people, and I will advise that ignorance is not a defense in the spiritual world. Say wunim. It is not a defense. Your power can never pay your offense. Into your ignorance is never a defense in the realms of the spirit. What you do not know can still hurt you. Say wunim. And I make an gravity. So educate yourself, Miss Rao. I take life easy. Because at the end of the day, it's about what you will eat and sleep today. So when you're naked, now you're bibi kakra jiwudi. Say you will pull through it. Educate yourself. Maybe shaky. Ask questions. So ko baby na omu bi sansem na wadwene mu nda kwansa. ebe yi a wuti ade ni wi a wankasa so kotena so na koda so obi onim sa ade we ebe edin so ba kwaje obi sika kwan bi so ompo amane e ma ne ma. And do not let poverty push you into agreement with entities that will take everything from you. Everything, including the soul dwelling inside of you. Men yeda obefa wo ma afa wo bloodline chest obe wipe wo entire lineage, you know. Men ma ohia and push you into that. This is Maame Grace Wate. And I have said what I have said. Dia me pesa me catch row and am catch row. Abrabon da from inti me mo bia me catch row when dure ya sa ye easy. Na unkodi na chi so wo bibi de ma. Eye adwuma ene ma usika wudi. Na woda. Na unyini ama wo mbasebe kafra chefache me omotete wutu bini. Dia me waka na maka catch row no. Me mo bia abrabo hunahuna. Me nye bi da. Dia wo na ye wo dia. Ma wani nje ho asomdwe ene fa hodi eburade nyina so ahanam de obesi makrawo.